Kiss. My. Ask. 3.
What should teenagers these days really start paying attention to as they're about to turn 18? Taxes, how to vote, how to write emails. I've had to teach first several years at my university how to do this. I get a lot of emails from customers at work. Trust me, plenty of people well over 30 don't know how to write emails. And another one, what are examples of what they do badly? I'm actually teaching email writing to middle schoolers next week. And this guy had a lot of words to say. Some things off the top of my head: tone, be polite, use proper grammar, sentence structure, and capitalization. Word choice. I sometimes get emails that use slang terms and or acronyms that I've never heard of and have to look up. Industry specific terminology and acronyms are fine though, as long as the audience of your email would reasonably be aware of them. Formatting. Effectively using bullet points, bold italics, hyperlinks, etc. can improve email communication by a lot. Questions. If possible, try to keep emails to a single question. That's not always possible, but if you have an important question that you need answered in an hour and a trivial question that doesn't have a deadline, it's better to ask the first question and save the trivial one for another time. If there are three questions buried in 6 or 7 paragraphs, are more likely to miss them than if you ask them at the same time in a numbered list at the bottom. Some people prefer to ask their questions in line and just bold them. Not my preference, but much better than hidden question marks. Oh, and use question marks when you ask a question. Email stuff. Yeah. Oh, got another one. Learn some basic cooking, learn how to wash clothes, hang them up, do ironing. You may be moving out soon, so practice skills you will need. Imagine all the things you would have to do if mom and dad weren't around, then start practicing them. Drop a budget, look at how much to rent in a place you want to live. Add in food and elect and mobile phone and internet. Don't forget to add bond too. What's bond? Someone asked. And then, okay, in the UK, to rent a house, you need the first month's rent and a bond. It's a sack of cash that your new landlord holds on to and keeps forever if you so much as put a nails in his walls. If you move out and are lucky enough to have kept everything ship shape, then you may just get it back. Added, what with all the numpties telling me it's not called a bond because they live in UK, and they never call it that. It's almost like there's more than one regional dialect in a country of 60 million people. Funny that, eh? In the US, we call it a security deposit. And in the UK, they call it bonds, and here, security deposit. In the UK too, I've never heard it referred to as bond. Given the number of replies, both agreeing and disagreeing means seems regional, okay? They might be from New Zealand, we call it bond. Give drawing up the pun like James Bond. James Bond. Alright. Be social, but remember, friends will come and go. Don't invest in people that won't invest in you. Alright. And then someone's following up. Yep, get ready for your friend circle to shrink by half or more. And that's okay because your adult friends will be hopefully much healthier and happier for you than your teenage friends. Or get ready for it to shrink and disappear. I guess that happened to me when I was like 17 though, so a bit earlier. Well, I have to keep my friends in time. And then I still have my friends there and leaving all them. I know. I really miss some people, but I know some people, they know me very well, and they wouldn't get it. They would not get it. Well, someone has to say here. Don't drive like a 12-year-old playing GTA 5. Don't drive if you're drinking. Wear your effing seatbelt. Wear it. Well, rip my notification. Take that advice, ladies and gentlemen. It's never late to do a change for good. And put your phone away. You can't multitask in what will potentially become your coffin, an aluminum coffin. Behave when you're behind the wheel. Respect traffic laws. Wear your seatbelt. Don't get distracted with your phone or something else, and don't be a jerk to someone else because that could end badly. Remember, your car, be it a measly Daewoo or latest model Ferrari or whatever else, might become a fancy coffin if you or someone else mess up. Again, wear your seatbelt. Mind you, I am 16-year-old, still under my parents' roof, just finished my first semester of college, and working at my father's shop. This question is filled with golden responses, but that can get teens out of there at a rabbit hole of BS. Drive safely, Reddit. In the words. There's a lot of people saying, look at that, lots of people saying, and put that damn cell phone away. I had multiple events of car accidents where cell phones were involved. Cell phones are going to be a little bit technology there, and cell phones cause a distraction, and many people have died. So that's why I have that fear. But I had to conquer that fear because I don't want anybody to be killed. It's 2020, and I'm completely astounded multiple times every day at how many people text and drive in broad daylight. They won't even try to hide it. They will hold their phones up in their face where anyone driving past can see. It pisses me off. Oh, but it's a really good one, too. I'm taking this one accounted. Have been driving for about 20 years now, and most of the accidents I've seen have been from people following too close. Leap space between you and the car in front of you. You don't realize how fast traffic can stop until it happens, and you're halfway through the trunk of the car in front of you. Also, if you brake hard and avoid a collision, the car behind you may be following too close and you get rear-ended. Also, I've seen more than once a car dodge a piece of debris or stop the car and the person railing too close behind doesn't see until the other cars merge over and bam. There's really no good reason to tailgate. If someone is tailgating me, I tend to slow down, which is the opposite of what they're probably hoping to achieve. But now I need enough car length for me and them. I would agree with that. But maybe in the future, I will see myself taking a driver's course, get that driver's license. I have to do the driver's test first. And then once I pass, I got the driver's license and I finally have a car. Might be good in the future, but we'll see. Because, this year I have to teach myself how to drive a car. Because I really want to drive a car so that I can go anywhere. I can go some places. Okay, this is a pretty good one. I will give this one a gold star. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, but don't risk mistakes that will severely compromise the rest of your life. What I see across cultures and countries is an enormous pressure to be perfect, so high that no one can ever possibly meet the pressure. So, people make mistakes, as they should. The problem is that the pressure to be perfect makes all mistakes seem the same. Risk losing some money, risk making relationship mistakes, risk losing friends, risk losing a year. Those are fine. Don't risk 6 figures of debt, which means student loans without a degree, good major, and good GPA to show for it. College is a great investment if you also put the time and effort in to succeed. Don't risk disease, don't risk death, don't risk pregnancy, don't risk drug addiction, don't risk felony conviction. These kinds of risks your 25-year-old self will laugh at. Don't take these kinds of risk your 25-year-old self will curse you for settling them with. Edit clarifying that I'm not saying college is a bad investment, just that you should be smart about it and also put the effort in to make sure the investment pays off. That one, I can relate to it. I make mistakes. Sometimes. People always make mistakes, okay? We're humans. We make mistakes. And to not put the mistakes and add that one to your life, it will be a nightmare for you. You'll be haunted for that mistake for the rest of your life, and you'll never do it again because of it. Basically, don't make a mistake that you can get yourself out of it if you need to. Just to shorten now. Authorized user is sort of a cheat code in a credit world. If your parents have decent credit and take care of their see if they'll make you an AU on the card and then lock the card up in a box. Being an AU makes the credit history of the account show up on your credit report. If financial responsibility is a big deal in your house, this can have some major advantages when you're trying to get started. And there's a lot of people try. The same sentence, okay. This seriously one of the best things that ever happened to me, financially speaking. My parents were kind and thoughtful enough to make me an AU on their account. And because of that good credit score and my good job, I was able to secure a home loan last year at the age of 23. Keep in mind that I have no student loans or other major debts. I fully acknowledge that this situation is a privileged one. Not everybody has parents with a good credit score and or are willing to make an AU, but it's absolutely something I recommend to anyone who has this opportunity. I never thought that. Authorized user. I never thought that. I am doing this for my niece next year when she turns 13. I don't have am not having any kids, and I've helped raise her. It's the nicest longest lasting thing I can do for her, and that doesn't cost me anything. And then, yeah, we're not gonna have the question. How'd you organize the day without the structure of school? That planned environment is going away fast, and some of your peers are really going to struggle with finding their pace and motivation. Also, procrastination is a big. Procrastination and drugs don't mix. The only decent criticism of weed I've heard is not fake health reasons, because it makes you happy / content. But a lot of people that can mean procrastinating or losing your drive to do things even if they're good for you. Obviously weed isn't that sole because of procrastination, but it can compound the issue. Sort of. Oh, this is a good one. Listen to your desires and dreams. I'm 28. My goals and dreams now are vastly different when I was 18. Listen to those changes. For a long time, I kept chasing the dream almost because I felt I owed it to my younger self. It's okay for your dreams to change as you age and your circumstances change. Who you are now will not be the same person you are at 23. And as you grow, listen to your internal monologue. Dreams and desire change. Grow with them. Sweet, that's what I'm gonna. Piggybacking off of this, make sure there are some hobbies you really enjoy, preferably some of which you can do alone, such at home. Don't rely on other people for entertainment. Holy smokes, this! I grew up with a few really good friends. Since then, we've all went our separate ways. We will still keep in touch, but it took me a good 2.5 years to figure out how to keep myself entertained. I finished my whole life and played guitar for a lot of it. Stuff I've always done, but with other people though. I hate doing it alone for a while, but it's my favorite thing to do. Yeah. If I had to do something, I know I've been around spending time with my friends, and if we're going separate ways, that's fine. I have to do something for myself. And this is exactly what I was doing when I was 18. Right before I was 18, do something. Make a hobby for yourself. And that is why I started doing MO records in 2015. Well, made some of the pictures and some else. I made fan fictions on my own. I did that. And I made a YouTube channel like this one. Well, if you have a lot of good views and good subscribers, that will also be a good one. Yeah, thank you. Well, that was pretty awesome. Okay, last one. Take care of your personal and mental health before you fall into the trap of I don't have time for it. Really sit down and think about how you can better yourself for your own sake. Oh, this is a good one. Especially physical injuries. I broke a bone. Check out my cool cast. Adult. I broke a bone. How the hell am I going to drive or work? And then another one, high school said, I broke a bone. Before he said, frick, I wish I never broke that bone in high school. A lot of things to regret. This, also find a primary care physician you like and build your relationship with them. Go to the doctor when you're sick and don't let it spiral out of control because you are procrastinating going. A visit with a CPB is way cheaper than an ER/visit/hospital stay because you don't want to end up paying medical bills. And as long as you have, but you gotta have some insurance come in handy because health insurance is a very good thing. But find something that is good because health insurance that might save you, but you don't want to have to pay. You don't want to have medical stay or emergency visit. That will be a bad thing. So don't do it. Okay. Now, what should teenagers these days really start paying attention? Because as they're about to turn 18, yep, everything is going to turn it around for you. So, what should they do? Because about to turn 18, everything is going to change. Yeah, even yours change because there are some things you've seen some people, some things we going along, and sometimes you want to keep going with this, and sometimes you just left behind. And if they had to start pay attention to what they're about to do and turn 18, I would say, yeah, maybe college. College is a good thing, but they have to know what the major is. And you gotta start thinking about it. You don't want to end up getting change in the major because it will affect your grade, your whole GPA, and your degree. It will affect it. It will affect everything in your college career. But if you know what you have to pay attention, you gotta have to learn about yourself. You have to be confident that you can do everything by yourself. You have to do everything that you can to learn yourself so that once you finish learning everything about yourself, you're free to go. You can do what you want, but you have to be responsible for being an adult. Because right now I'm 20. Well, in on the whatever the video is going to be, I'll be 21. Because when I'm age 21, everything is different. Your whole life is going to shift back to wherever it's going to be, and it's going to be a brand new chapter when you're turning 18. I mean, you're not a kid anymore, so don't think your parents are gonna have to give you something and do whatever the hell you want on age 18. No. Do it right now. Get your butt out of the couch and start thinking about life. And make a strategic things to do. And it's similar to, do you remember the board game of the game of life? Yeah. That board game, that life that you're playing right now, it's real. And you have to play it right. You gotta play your cards right, and you get something good. If you don't play the good cards, you might end up a punishment or consequences, whatever you do. So, if you want to start paying attention about life, you have to play your own game. You don't want to lose the game. Because, again, like I said, the game that you're referring to your life is real. Make some good moves. Make some strategic moves. And play it right. What I mean by that is, what I mean by playing this game of life, you gotta do something. You must have to start thinking about it and do something on what you're doing, so that once you're turning 18, the game of life, the life that you're playing starts right there, and you'll start rolling the dice the first time, and you'll make a move. Easy. That is how I related to about life. So it's your life. Play your own game, but don't lose consequences and have some advancements, have some advantages or something. I don't know. That's just the answer there. Here's your answer. Okay, that is the end of Ask Reddit. I really appreciate of doing this again because I love this. Ask Reddit is a really good site. Ask people ask some questions and giving the answer. And that's the third episode of Kiss My Ask. Well, there might be more. I don't know. Who knows? There might be more of Ask Reddit. More of kissing the ask or something. Somewhere around those lines. I don't know. We'll leave it at that. Okay.